My next guest believes this high-profile move is not just about football for Saudi Arabia. Journalist and scholar James Dorsey writes, Mr. Ronaldo also enhances Mr. bin Salman's effort. That's the Saudi Crown Prince to replace smaller Gulf states like Qatar and the United Arab Emirates as the hub for anything and everything in the Gulf, whether it's sports or the regional seat of foreign multinationals and corporations. And James Dorsey joins me now. Unbelievable package, I have to say. It's over 200 million. This would make him the highest paid footballer in the world. It beats what Qatar paid for Neymar da Silva. I want to quickly talk about what this means for Cristiano Ronaldo.
Well, for Cristiano Ronaldo, it certainly means a very well-paid end to his footballing career as a player. But what it may also very well mean, depending on whether or not Saudi Arabia wins, together with Greece and Egypt, a bid for the 2030 World Cup, that he could be employed to the end of this decade after his footballing career as an ambassador for the Saudi World Cup, much in the same way that David Beckham did for Qatar.
Yeah. I mean, it was interesting that the quote I just read, that you believe this is about, the competitive environment that is emerging in this region, whether it's Qatar or here in the UAE. It's about who can, become top in specifically sports and other industries as well. Do you believe that Saudi Arabia now has that competitive edge with Cristiano Ronaldo?
Well, Saudi Arabia is, in a sense, Johnny-come-lately to the game of being a major player internationally in sports. Qatar and the UAE were leading that in the Gulf. Saudi Arabia has, not only with the acquisition of Ronaldo, which is major, of course, because of his celebrity status, it's going to be hosting a variety of different tournaments over the next decade, including Asian tournaments, and incongruously even the Asian Winter Sports Games. And it is likely to bid for the 1936 Olympics. So Ronaldo is, in fact, one chess pawn, if you wish, in this much larger Saudi strategy.
You also wrote in your piece that, contrary to perceptions, Mr. Ronaldo's move is more than just about distracting from Saudi Arabia's abominable human rights record. The reality is, Saudi Arabia has been trying very hard, very aggressively, to change perceptions towards the country. And it's been interesting to watch this journey. What do you make of the efforts? And as you say, an acquisition like Cristiano Ronaldo is one step towards that.
Well, if you take the balance of what the World Cup brought to Qatar, despite the massive criticism on the issue of workers' rights, on the issue of LGBTQ rights, Qatar's come out of this shining. So the Saudis will look at this and basically say, we can do the same thing. It's important to them for two reasons. One is the Saudi image problem, a reputation problem, goes far beyond human rights. It goes back to a kingdom that for 70 years was secretive, ultra-conservative, and funded a supremacist interpretation of Islam globally. And it goes to the fact that Saudi Arabia and Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman specifically wants to restructure the Saudi economy, make it one of the most important economies in the group of 20, the group that of the largest economies in the world. And he wants to diversify away from dependency on oil revenues. And so reputation plays a very big role in that. And of course, the acquisition of Ronaldo supports that effort.
So really good to speak to you. Thank you very much for your insights. Much appreciated.